So I had a question posed to me on my YouTube channel yesterday from a man who was saying that he was really an extreme smoker. In fact, he was saying he couldn't get enough nicotine out of cigarettes anymore to suffice his need. He was having to smoke tobacco through a bong, and that was the only way he'd get nicotine levels to where his withdrawal was stopping. Then he said he had switched over to electronic cigarettes, and that also seemed to be able to do this. This was kind of frightening to me because it made me realize that people are really able to put in like any amount of nicotine into their electronic cigarettes if what he is saying is accurate. But his question posed to me was, have I ever met anybody as extreme of a smoker as he was? That's not how he worded it, but that was basically what the question is. He had to smoke so hard, he had to go through such maneuvers to get nicotine that this has to be an extreme case. When I was doing clinics, I would often get people who were 4 and 5 pack a day smokers. And people would look at them in the group and think, oh my gosh, there's no way these people can stop. They had such a tolerance. So they were smoking levels that, 2 pack a day smokers look at them and think, oh my gosh, if I smoke like you, I'd be keeling over. I couldn't tolerate that amount of nicotine. And they were probably accurate. They probably couldn't tolerate it. And a person who smoked 1/2 a pack a day looking at these people, it was just beyond their realm of experience. They couldn't fathom how somebody could use that much nicotine. But they could. There were people who seemed to develop tolerances like that. And I had plenty of success with people who were these really long-term and very heavy smokers. I already have a video addressing this called Amount Smoked, and I'll put that video link into the video description here. I want to point out, though, those 4 and 5 pack a day smokers were not my record holders for people I've met in smoking clinics. I've had 6 pack a day smokers, just a few, but before I ever had a 6 pack a day smoker, I at one time had a 7 pack a day smoker. Now, actually, when he came to the clinic, he wasn't the 7 pack a day smoker anymore. And I'm going to give a little background of how I met him in the clinic. He was in one of my first clinics that I was doing at the hospital that I had worked for over 20 years after leaving the American Cancer Society. For a few of those early clinics, we had pulmonary function tests being done. It was a new program, and we were working with the different departments in the hospital, and one of the departments we were working with was respiratory therapy. They gave us a technician. They had a portable pulmonary function machine, and they would come in and test the people the first day of the clinic. And I was there helping until the clinic actually started. I would usually get there about a half hour early, and we would get the earliest people in and start doing the testing. Well, one of the men who was there, I don't remember exact ages here, and it was before I had computers, so I don't have notes that I have in detail anymore about this. I'll tell you what I remember clearly and the parts that I'm a little bit fuzzy about. When we were doing pulmonary function testing, we had to ask people their weight and their age, which normally we didn't ask in clinics, but because of this one test, we needed to do that. Well, when the man told me his age, I think he was in his early 30s, I thought he was joking because this man looked like he was in his mid 60s, maybe 70s. And at first I thought I must just either be way off on this or this man is joking. When we asked him how much he smoked, and I don't remember if that was needed for the test, I don't believe it was. I think that was just asked as general registration. He had said he was smoking 5 packs a day, but he had used to smoke 7 packs a day. Now, when I heard just one of those things, I was thinking maybe he's pulling my leg. When I heard both of them, though, then I just didn't believe him. And I said, "Oh, is it okay if I see your driver's license?" And I don't think he realized that I was asking it because I didn't believe what he was saying because he didn't seem offended by it. And he shows me his driver's license, and oh my God, this guy is this young age, and I thought he was decades older than he was. When he did the pulmonary function test, it was terrible. He had horrible results. And he said his doctor already told him he has the insides of an 80-year-old. He gave me some of his background. He said he had his first heart attack, and this is one of those things that I'm not 100% sure where it was, but I believe he was in his mid-20s. I'm thinking he was just a few years older than I was when he had the first heart attack. The first heart attack. He had a couple of other heart attacks after that, smoked the whole way through. He said he used to be a 7-pack a day smoker. When he had the first heart attack, he was smoking 7 packs a day. He eventually got himself, and he said he cut down to 5 packs a day. And he said he only smokes 5 packs a day now because of health reasons, meaning he just doesn't smoke seven packs anymore because of how dangerous it is. He only smokes 5 packs a day because of health reasons. I was stunned when I was hearing what this guy was saying. I mean, I was stunned by his appearance. I was stunned by the fact that he had a heart attack, when he was just a few years older than I was, his first one. He still continued smoking. I don't even remember if this man joined the clinic. The first session was an introductory session, and I don't remember if he joined. I don't believe he quit, but I'm not 100% sure about that. What was amazing to me at this time was I had never met a 6-pack a day smoker at the time when he had come in smoking 7 packs a day. After that, and it was several years later that I met a few 6-pack a day smokers, but it just, as far as extremes that some people get to, I mean, some people get to way extreme levels, but the toll that you could see that was taken on this man, whatever happened to him after this, I don't know. But the toll that it had taken up to this point, multiple heart attacks, again, by the time he's in his early 30s, the physical toll that you could just see by the way he looked, by the condition his lungs were in, not just by what our test was showing, but what his doctor was telling him of having the insides of an 80-year-old. It shows that people can develop a tolerance to smoke levels that are so tremendous that it can really mess up their lives at quite young ages. Again, I wish I'd had a happier outcome with him, that he'd quit smoking, and I could say that, but I don't believe that was the case. But I've had plenty of 4 and 5 pack a day smokers who it was the case. If you are an extremely heavy smoker, understand. Every day you're smoking, the quantities you're taking, you're destroying so much lung tissue, you're depositing so many chemicals with such potency that you're playing Russian roulette with a really loaded gun. If you want to stop that future damage that kind of smoking was doing, just know it can be done. And again, I don't care how long you smoke, I don't care how much you smoke, it can be done. But what you need to do to stop that future damage and to never have to face that kind of usage again, it really still is a matter of making and sticking to a personal commitment to never take another puff.